But then there were many, many more. He spoke about how cricket, as the rest of us know it as a sport, is in fact not a sport. It is the amalgam of three sports: batting, bowling, and listening to Ashwin. Okay, so
TV umpire to director, we have a player review. Can we rock and roll, please?
Hello. Welcome to the Bits and Pieces, the Friendless Cricket Podcast. We are back after doing some dilly-dallying on scheduling and figuring out if there'll be a pod or not this week. There is a pod. There has also been shitloads of cricket happening in the world, but we're only worried about one game. We're only here to talk about one game. On the pod, before I bring people in, I was watching this movie last week. So the thing with us is we actually don't know who's going to show up on the pod until like 15 to 20 minutes before we start recording. But now that we record and I see the gentle faces that are here on the panel, I'm very much reminded of this movie I saw this week. In 1995, Rakesh Roshan made a movie called Karan Arjun. For those of you who haven't watched it, spoiler alert, Amrish Puri is this evil Durjan Singh who goes and massacres two young boys, Karan and Arjun, while their hapless mother, Durga Singh, is crying and praying to the gods. Ably aided by his friend Ranjit, I think his name was Govind Saxena. And then there is a bystander, played by Ashok Saraf, the loyal Munshiji, who doesn't know which side he allies with. We have that exact same setup on the pod today. This is just like a miracle of how Karan and Arjun were born again, reincarnated. We have that exact same reincarnation on the pod right now. Playing Durjan Singh is Prashant DP, the evil landlord who is waiting to stab you at every point, every chance he gets, along with his partner in crime, Govind Saxena, played by Abhishek Chopra. And you might wonder
his characters.
You might wonder who the murderer was. They murdered Karan Arjun, who has been reborn, which is played by our dear Ashwin. The batting and the bowling, the two facets of the game, are Karan Arjun, which were reborn today. A century of fifer, done it 4 times, 37 fifers. And then we have our dear Munshiji, played by Nitin Sundar. Not sure whether to ally with Durga Singh or with Durjan Singh, where he works. And me, I am Rakhi, who has been crying, saying that Mere Karan Arjun aayenge, and they came. So here we are to talk about this historic moment where the Guyana Amazon Warriors pulled off a stunning victory last night. Did you guys watch the game?
No. Which tournament is this?
CPL. Guyana Amazon Warriors. Imran Tahir picked up his 100th wicket, and Guy is still going at 45 years old. But Moeen Ali was the star of the show. Took 3 wickets for 9 runs in his quota of 4 overs.
We all thought Ashwin was holding the flag for washed out, old-fashioned spin bowlers who are still doing reasonably well in cricket. But Moeen Ali and Imran Tahir have stolen his thunder there also. Poor Ashwin.
Come on, guys. 37 fifers, equaling Shane Warne. Only Mullirthan at 67 is higher than this guy.
Also, I think he's the oldest Indian to take a 5-wicket haul, if that means anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Also on the list of centuries after 38. And 100 and fifer in the same test. You have Jacques Kallis, the great Jacques Kallis, who's done it twice. You have the great Ravindra Jadeja, who's done it twice. Gary Sobers has done it twice. But guess what? Ashwin has done it 4 times. Along with the legend, Beefy Botham. Beefy Botham and Ashwin are the only guys who have done it 4 times. So Ashwin equals one other great. But we won't talk about it.
This is actually very instructive, right? In that list of all-rounders you mentioned, Sobers, Kallis, Jadeja are all a class apart. They're all like, in the pantheon of great all-rounders. And then you mention Ashwin and Ian Botham. Ian Botham is like, England have not really produced too many great all-rounders, let's be honest. Even in the England's pantheon, he's probably number 2, right? They'd probably rate Flintoff ahead of him. So, yeah, it's instructive. So clearly, there's only so much you can read into milestones and numbers. That's the proof. But we can talk about Ashwin's great performance this week. But more than his performance on the field, I think we should talk about his wonderful performances off the field. Talking about his performances on the field, I think PDP has some thoughts on Ashwin's wonderful utterances about what is it? Batting is subconscious, bowling is unconscious. No, the viewers are unconscious.
Viewers are unconscious. No. So my favorite Ashwin quote of the week was
It's a week full of Ashwin quotes.
week full of Ashwin quotes.
It is the birthday week, guys. He's allowed to say whatever he wants.
Yeah.
It's the birthday week. It's the Ashwin Jayanti. Come on.
Achar, other 51 weeks he doesn't say what he wants, is it? And he has like
When is his birthday exactly? September. Sorry, what is the date? I don't remember the date. I just know that he shares his birthday with another illustrious person who also has the right to keep talking, right? And has its own radio show. So you can see many similarities here between Ashwin and the great Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Man Ki Baat, Kutti Stories YouTube channel are all cut from the same cloth. But yeah, PDP.
No, so my favorite quote was, I wish I was him, but I am glad that I am me.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Okay, so this was Ashwin talking about Jadeja. But then there were many, many more. He spoke about how cricket, as the rest of us know it as a sport, is in fact not a sport. It is the amalgam of three sports: batting, bowling, and listening to Ashwin. Okay, so I'm saying let's extend this. Okay, let's extend this principle. So tennis is an amalgam of forehand and backhand. Football is the amalgam of diving and doing time pass for 90 minutes. Okay, so let's run with this, because I think that this is absolutely path breaking.
Amazing. Umpiring is an amalgam of making mistakes and issuing overrate fines. PGK has, I think, died in raptures of happiness today after a week of bonanza week where Ashwin has done well with bat, Ashwin has done well with ball, Ashwin has got man of the match, Ashwin's birthday, cut cake, ate it, and most importantly, defeated Bangladesh. At the end of all this, I don't think PGK is even alive. If he was, he would have 100% been on this podcast.
Also, Macha, this week, Travis Head has scored 150 runs. So PGK has had a whale of a week.
Unfortunately, too encumbered to be on this podcast. So Max has come in as the Ashwin apologist today. So listeners, kindly adjust. We only have Max. We don't have PGK. So please tell us, Max, what did you make of the bowling, the batting, and the talking?
It's Chepok. He has the streets. He has the sheets. He has everything. Come on. At 144 for 6. I myself was like, okay, this is 245 all-out territory. But from there, it was nice to see him. I mean, okay, we'll make fun of the TNPL and how he was going out at number 3 and number 1 and number 9 and all that. But this is the most attacking I've seen him play in a test match, because even like the century that he scored against England, right, in 21, he wasn't, going after shots like this and all that. At one point he was playing way faster than Jadeja. So that was nice to see, and I think it is a clear something has clicked in his mind where he's like, okay, you know what, I think he definitely wants to see if he can pip Jadeja to that lone BGT spot. And this is his whole thing, because Jadeja is a natural athlete who will just show up and miraculously make it to the 11, and this guy has to kind of work his way through. So it's the ultimate underdog story. Underdog story of someone who has scored 6 centuries and 500 wickets is still the underdog.
If pipping Jadeja to anything involves Ashwin running, then I am definitely there to see it. Even in this test, which is supposed to be one of those brilliant tests for Ashwin, I think there were glimpses of his brilliant fielding which were so amazing to see. I mean, at one point he was running after the ball, and I was hoping really hard that we would see like a repeat of that Ireland-Zimbabwe test where Ashwin can't stop himself from running beyond the boundary and the batters are able to run 4. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but I think there was at least one instance where he stopped the ball well inside the boundary and then proceeded to kick the boundary triangles while the ball was in contact with him. Sight for sore eyes. We missed it for so long, when no Test cricket was happening. But I don't think he would have fielded like this in the TNPL. I'm quite surprised to know he batted that up the order and probably killed a career or two of a young emerging Tamil Nadu batsman. But
Chops, don't shed any tears for careers of young Tamil Nadu batsmen getting killed, because if Ashwin had not done it, somebody else would have done it. And this is what we do in Tamil Nadu. We kill careers of young, hopeful batsmen who think that cricket is a team game, etc., etc. That's what we do.
Look at you, bunch of bloody bloodthirsty wolves. If he fails with the bat, guy cannot bat. Why is he an all-rounder? If he doesn't take wickets, he didn't take wickets in the first inning. No wickets, guys. Guys, is he a specialist batter or a specialist bowler? He's not taking wickets. Now he takes 6 wickets. Okay, what else can he? Fielding. Let's talk about fielding. Like tomorrow in the second test in Kanpur. In Kanpur, when he takes a stunner at slip, then you guys will say, guys, good fielding, good batting, good bowling, but cannot, but talks too much. Like something you always want to keep finding about the guy. Like, what is this? This is like Gladiator. Are you not entertained?
This is why.
no, we are. That's the point.
This is why Max is a card-carrying member of the Ashwin fan club, right? See, he's already talking about taking slip catches in Kanpur. They have now only finished the Chennai test match. They have to go to Kanpur and play. But just
guys,
like
you
Ashwin,
have to see 18 balls ahead.
18 balls ahead of the
game. 18 balls ahead.
He's already 18 balls till 18 days ahead of the game. He's well into the future. He's already anticipating slip catches.
No.
Third.
Thinking about Ashwin is subconscious, but talking about Ashwin in such highfalutin terms is definitely conscious.
Firstly, by the way, you said bloodthirsty wolves, which, by the way, I think is an actual team name in that Pakistan championship. Baluchistan bloodthirsty wolves. I think Sarfraz Ahmed must be their mentor or coach or
Shoaib Malik, macha.
Shoaib Malik.
Shoaib Malik is perfect
Beautiful.
for that team. He would
Sarfaraz is playing, guys. Sarfaraz is playing. He's the captain.
No, he's the only player come mentor.
Yeah.
He's the only player come mentor. Yeah. They also have player commentator, which is different from player commentator. On that note, we should welcome Tamim Iqbal to the commentary panel. I think within 3 days, he has already become the greatest commentator to come from Bangladesh. But Athar Ali Khan has been left way behind in the stakes already. But Chops, I don't like this, Chops. Every time we talk about Ashwin, you start off by talking about his fielding. Which, first of all, why are you talking about his fielding?
It's a low blower.
I mean, yeah, and he's playing Test cricket, guys. Come on, I think his fielding isn't a liability there, and it's not like he's dropping catches. He does have a safe pair of hands. But that batting on day one was quite something else, guys. There was one cover drive that he played. I think I mentioned on the WhatsApp group when he played it also. I have not seen that. The last time a cover drive was hit with so much power and ferocity was when Ajay Jadeja was going after Waqar Yunis. I was reminded of that match. I went and actually watched.
Marcus Trescothick, come on!
For our readers who are not aware of the reference here, a few days back, Ashwin was asked about who is the best cover driver that you have seen. And you thought, okay, he might pick Saurav Ganguly, he might pick David Gower, he might pick Sachin Tendulkar, he might pick anybody, Kevin Peterson. No, he picks Marcus Trescothick, who according to him played the greatest cover drive.
Also Michael Vaughan.
Yeah, you also mentioned Michael Vaughan just so that people don't think he's gone mental or something. It's like he mentioned someone that people might actually associate with the cover drive. No. Marcus Trescothick, for the record, has one of the ugliest but most effective cover drives. I must say that.
Right up there with Graeme Smith.
Yeah.
No, but Nitu, my favorite shot actually was of the back foot. Like he hit it over point. Like he hit 2 of those. It was like,
yeah. It was an extended net, maybe because it is his home ground and he's probably had many nets over there against bowling of varying quality. I think he just got into that kind of a frame of mind, and it wasn't just the force and the drives and everything, right? He was also hitting big sixes, randomly smashing their spinners over the leg side. I'm like, hello, what's going on? Like, this is not done. It didn't look like the score was 140 for 6, right? It looked like 440 for 6 and declaration batting. And no chances, nothing, just clean hitting, right? Very, very good shots. And gradually it rubbed off on Jadeja, who was playing more of a proper test match knock.
Yeah.
Then he was like, hang on, this fellow is doing this, maybe I can also have some fun. No, but Max, you were saying that Ashwin, is trying to maybe pip Jadeja. The problem is he's not competing with Jadeja anymore. Jadeja is now batting ahead of KL Rahul sometimes. Now Rishabh Pant has also become a top order batsman. Jadeja is like proper 5-6. He's averaging higher.
No, he's averaging 38, 38 or 37. He's averaging higher than KL Rahul.
No, of course, that everybody does. I think if you.
Max has left the pod in protest, I think.
Ashwin cannot replace Jadeja, he ran away. But seriously, see, if he can't replace Jadeja, because Jadeja actually is now averaging more than Rohit, more than Kohli, more than pretty much all these specialist batsmen in India. Maybe Ashwin is not really competing with Jadeja now. So it's a little tough for him. But this was as good a performance as you could have expected.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Let's finish all the good content about Ashwin when Max is not around.
Yeah. No, but if you guys remember the whole puff of dust interview, right? I mean, around the time when everyone was talking about puff of dust and all that, Ashwin was like, come on, what do you guys expect? Do you expect pitch to behave like a cliche where it helps fast bowlers on day 1 and 2, batsmen on day 3, and then spinners thereafter? This pitch actually behaved that way. It was the fast bowlers who took wickets in the first 2 innings, and the spinners from both sides came into the game in the third and the fourth innings. So it was one of those rare pitches which actually went by that script, and it's quite brilliant actually that Ashwin batted when it was not too easy to bat. I mean, India's top order had been cleaned up, and it was quite impressive. It also reminded me very much of a test match that you guys spoke about on Heads and Tails. If you remember, you spoke about Adelaide in '99. This test went almost exactly like that. India took some early wickets. Australia were 3-4 down for 50, and then there was this big partnership, and then Vaughan took wickets in the second innings and so on. You guys spoke about it, of course, in the context of
Ajit Agar.
no. Ponting cussing out Srinath when the poor fellow was coming to ask him if he was okay. Yeah. But this test actually went along very, very, very similar lines to that Adelaide game.
Our audio listeners might not know this, but Max Da Vinci is continuing to channel Ashwin on this podcast. Because like Ashwin, on day 1, he came and played his shots. He opened this podcast with a few jokes. And then when you thought that he'll come and take wickets, Ashwin didn't take any wickets in the first innings. Right? He just disappeared. Max also disappeared. But now he's come back. We can all now expect a big 6 from.
But Max, we have to tell you that in your absence, we said some really nice things about Ashwin. Really complimentary.
Obviously, why will you say it when I am there? You will obviously say it when I'm not there. And then you will edit it out of the podcast also.
No, I think
it's fielding. Guy did not do fielding.
Yeah, every time Chops is like, there is so much you can pull Ashwin's leg with. You go for fielding.
Yeah, that's what. No, you pull his leg and he's not able to field after that. No, I think the other thing that really impressed me was the pace at which Ashwin was bowling. Granted, Bangladesh is full of lefties, which is the only kind of batter he enjoys bowling against now. But but no, I think the pace at which he bowled and the fact that this wasn't anywhere close to being like a rank turner, even till the very end. The second innings bowling in terms of flight and the pace and deception was clearly a beautiful performance. And I think with the bat, what impressed me the most is that he's often been kind of found out a little bit against very good quality pace. Now, Naheed is obviously not, let's say, the fastest in the world, but on that day 1 pitch, he was bowling some proper rockets, and the back foot shots that he played. He even played a Sachin shot over the slip cordon when he sort of guided the ball. Amazing batting. I don't know how long we are going to see this continue, and this kind of a counter attacking knock is something that would serve India very well. But yeah, I think it's still open doors as far as BGT spot is concerned. I don't know how he gets a place there. But yeah, I mean, if it's his second coming with the bat, in some sense, it's great for Team India.
You do realize, well, Ashwin had got 100 and a 6 for, and it was a barnstorming man of the match performance. Jadeja was just any other average test match for him. He still scored 80 odd runs, still took 5 wickets, which he does every match. So Ashwin literally has to play out of his skin to outperform Jadeja in any match, and it's unfortunate for him, but I don't know how he'll replace Jadeja in this lineup, because Jadeja plays
That's why
more
he
than...
said it comes natural to him and I have to work hard for it. Right? Now see, all these
that was very
sentences are
interesting.
making sense now.
This is very interesting, no? Like this comment, and we should spend more time on Ashwin's great presser. So let's start there. It reminds me of what Manjrekar once said about Dravid, right? Like,
Yeah.
we may not have the talent which some other talented players have. And as with everything Manjrekar says, he ran into trouble when he said that also. So people pointed out, what are you blabbering? This fellow has 10,000 runs in tests and one day, you don't score all those runs without having talent. And it's the same thing, right? Ashwin, it's almost a left-handed compliment of sorts. Or to say, Jadeja is where he is because he's talented, whereas I am like this scientist who has to go into the laboratory and come up with new potions in order to compete and shine at the highest level. But a bit of a victim complex, no? Like
Nitin Sundar, operating from the ICC headquarters in Dubai, I would like to point you not very far actually, just like one 100 pixels away from where you are on your screen, to one gentleman
it's PDP.
who wrote one big essay on left arm bowling and how one certain person is a naturally gifted bowler and all that. Same thing, Ashwin will come and tell, he'll all make fun. Our guy will write 20,000 words. Bloody Durjan Singh. Now why are you not talking, sir? Please tell. Please tell Mr. Durjan Singh, tell about this great natural left hand and what all words he wrote, sir. His back arches and the way he falls forward. Tell all the things.
We are in the presence of an archive.
An archivist.
Archivist. An archivist.
I am a terrible archivist, but a terrific anarchist.
Oh man. So the other thing that he said about Jadeja was that Jadeja just keeps it simple, does the same thing day in and day out.
Because he doesn't have brains, no, to think.
And then came the piece de resistance where he said, I wish I was him, but I'm glad that I'm me, which I will never forget. I mean, it is one of the most memorable lines ever.
Those are not your words. You are not able to write that in your blog. That is
wait. No. Oh, wait, I'll stop you right there. I wish I was him, but I'm glad that I'm me. That's all I can say.
See, everything PDP wrote about Jadeja is true, right? We are not questioning that Jadeja is talented. The suggestion that Ashwin is making, though, is that Jadeja is talented. Well, Ashwin may not be so talented, and he is only where he is because of his hard work. Anyway, I'm sure you also know that point, in spite of mounting that amazing sideways launch there. But good one, all the same.
He tries really hard to distinguish himself with his talking. Like it could be any other cricketer, and they would come on in a press conference or post match presentation and just say the most banal things, right? Day in and day out, I'm trying hard, I'm trying to keep up, and we enjoy each other's success, this, that, whatever. But like, man can't stop being in podcast mode. That's his problem. He's always in podcast mode. Like, you put a mic before him and he'll start one Kutti story, and even in the post-match presentation, out of nowhere, he's like, the compartmentalization between batting and bowling is a work in progress. Like, bro, no.
Actually, it's a great point, right? They should go and ask all other all-rounders like Imran Khan, if they can find him in jail or wherever he is. All the great all-rounders of yore, right? Like, do they have a problem when they are batting? Suddenly, do they feel like, running with their bat and throwing it? Because they're not able to compartmentalize. Right? Or suddenly, yeah, like imagine, no, like you're bowling, the batsman is waiting to face you, okay? He's taking stance. You come running to your crease, and then you also take stance at an off striker. Oh, damn, I'm supposed to be bowling. I forgot, I didn't compartmentalize. Like, what is this compartmentalization business, right? Like, I can
No,
understand
it's the worst part is Ashwin is sometimes not even able to compartmentalize between bowling and wicket keeping, and he takes away the bails on the bowler's end also, and that's called a run out.
Yeah.
correct.
So, so
Actually,
wicket
yeah.
keeping, wicket
Yeah.
keeping is like third thing he's trying to compartmentalize, and
Third
I
thing
don't
that
know,
is happening.
podcasting is fourth thing, fielding is fifth thing. So like multiple things to compartmentalize, and I mean it must be
So,
tough being Ashwin. That's
so
all one can say.
So, just reading out that quote, right? The first one: bowling and batting are very separate sports in the same game. One is done consciously, the other is done subconsciously. So, for me to compartmentalize both has taken its own due. Okay, and this compartment I don't understand. At least if you were like Mysore Express, if he's talking about compartments and all, it might make sense. He's not even a fast bowler. But then, okay, at this stage, I am able to sequence and split both batting and bowling and see to them as a cricketer. So when I walked there to bat, the only thing I wanted to do was to settle down my own game. The mind can play tricks because I am a bowler who plays on 12, 18, 24 balls ahead when I am sequencing it. As a batter, I shouldn't do that. I just use my experience when I get in. So now it's more about just focusing on the ball and hitting it as I see it.
My only response to this is, if you remember the great Srinath Sripath mentioned on our podcast when Ashwin got his 500th wicket, he said, "Day, it is like, in school where one kid will come in color clothes carrying one nutrient dabba, and you cannot, it's his birthday, he's come to distribute sweets. Throughout the day, that kid can say anything, he can do anything, you can't shout at him, you can't abuse him. That is what has happened with Ashwin when he got his 500th wicket. Ashwin, I think, heard Srinath Sripath and realized that every time he achieves some big milestone, it is his birthday. He has come with, and this time literally it was his birthday. Okay, it was literally his birthday. He came with nutrient dabba, and he realized I can payload anything I want. Like who is there to ask me? I've got 100. Like what can you ask me? So
Correct. True.
he's just like rattling off line
No,
after
and
line.
no, but I think the simplest, but the quote that tells you that he's on another plane when it comes to these moments in front of the mic. The first thing he said in the post-match presentation today was, "No, I don't keep track of Player of the Match awards." Like, cannot be more true. Like, even if PGK was the one interviewing him, PGK would have nutgraphed him then and there. This much you can't lie. Like, you must be keeping track of your Man of the Match awards, Jadeja's
No,
Man
but
of the Match awards,
no.
how much Shane Warne got, Sobers, whether Man of the Match was there in his time. Everything you're keeping track.
What about
For
that
sure.
one match where entire South African team got man of the match? And he has
Correct.
counted everyone. Fanny de Villiers got one. Dave Richardson got. Brian McMillan got. All of them OC. I did not
I
get like that.
don't.
They are all like talented players. I am hardworking. I did not get that man. No, but you
I'm
realize
glad
what a
I'm me.
great. That sentence is so good, right? Like, firstly, it says, all these awards and bullshit and all don't matter to me. But what it is also trying to say is, how can I keep track? I won so many man of the match awards. Like, beyond the point, is it even possible to keep track of all of this? So every time I play in Chennai, I'm only man of the match. It's an amazing feeling. So it's like that.
I
This is
have
the
the
opposite
streaks.
of Glenn McGrath, who is like, who took like 500 test wickets, and you
And
can
remembers
tell him a
each
number
one.
and he will tell exactly what. But Ashwin doesn't waste his time or his brain cells like McGrath. That reminds me, since you brought up the birthday and nutrient dabba thing, right? I happen to be reading Ashwin's book. I have the streets right now. I've
Oh
only
God.
gotten it's on 20% in. One of the interesting things that Ashwin used to do when he was playing as a kid in his streets is, so his friends, right? Like all other kids, once they get out, they go home. They don't wait and play the game. So this fellow will go to their house, call their parents and say, "Can you send your son back?" He got out. He hasn't yet finished the game. I'm waiting. He has to bowl to me now. Yeah.
God. Oh, beautiful.
Not keeping track. Max, but
Now-
you, of course, are thankfully keeping track of Ashwin's Man of the Match awards. Can you tell us how many he has won now?
Now I know why you guys were being so nice to Ashwin about his batting and his best shot that he hit, and the way he scored high and all that, because this is what was coming. Wait, you were just waiting to kind of this is like a Prashant Neel movie. Okay, you will give all this hype build up. You know who he is, and then you will take it to the high, and this is what you are doing. You're just waiting, and I am actually. It was happenstance, but I think my intro for you was perfect, Nitin Sundar. I said you are the Munshi ji in the movie, right? Who does not,
I don't know who
cannot
these
decide.
people are.
Who cannot decide, is he with Amrish Puri or with Rakhi, right? His loyalties keep switching. That is exactly where you are. You started off one way, and now you are also, taking that big talwar and kind of just slicing it through left and right as if you're slicing a watermelon right now.
No. See,
Guys,
Max,
this is the
you
thing,
are-
okay?
you are seeming to suggest-
Someone will talk means we'll have a problem. Oh, if we'll talk all Sadguru shit like Virat Kohli, then that is okay. Or like Rohit bro, hota hai yaar, jane dena yaar. Shit lad will say, you guys are okay with it. Ashwin will try to say something little different to kind of put himself away from these guys. You guys have a problem with that now.
This,
What
see,
is this,
you
yeah?
yourself came to the point. To put himself away from these guys. I think these guys are all inferior. I have to do something.
It's not
to sound
inferior.
superior.
Everyone, you have to find
I'm
your
not
own
going to
voice.
double down on that because you yourself sort of gave
You've
away the
proven
point
the
there, so I don't
point.
want to, you proved the point. I don't want to double down there, but I have to take exception to the suggestion that you're making that I am very appreciative of Ashwin's performance on the field and I only criticize his off the field performance. Let it be very clear, I also want to criticize his on field performance. On that pitch, in the first innings, he was the least effective bowler in the Indian team. I agree that it wasn't like the greatest
No,
wicket for
Nitu,
bowlers.
I have answer for that. He's saying in post-match presentation, he was talking about his batting. He says himself, was a special innings. Didn't sink in till day 2. Now, how you expect, Macha? Yep. First
Because
batting he has to
not-
do, then it has to sink
No,
in.
but Chops.
Then compartment.
No. But Chops, are you noticing an interesting contrast between the two sports within cricket?
Yeah.
In one, after he scored runs, also it is not sinking in until the next day.
Correct.
In the other, he is able to see the future. The future.
This only is the problem.
This is the
18
problem.
balls, 24 balls. This problem. No, but
beautiful.
literally now, the only way he takes wickets is in his home ground against a team full of left-handers in the 4th innings when they are chasing 500 odd. Like
Clearly you have a
on your birthday only you take that also.
No. Clearly, you have a problem with spinners performing on their birthday, right? So maybe we should talk about Rashid Khan and what he did to South Africa on his birthday.
That was his birthday.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
He also brought the nutrient dabba of chocolate he bought.
Rashid Khan's birthday. It's a disputed fact. Da.
Yeah.
It's like Snopes.com. When was he
Ashwin-
born? How old is he?
Ashwin starts off his player of the match conversation by saying, I don't keep track of man of the match awards.
Yeah,
Rashid Khan, I don't keep track of my birthday. Today only is my birthday, sir. I took 8 wickets today. Give me today. I love cake also.
Rashid Khan is simultaneously the youngest and the oldest Afghanistan bowler to do anything.
No, guys, but seriously,
What a
Afghanistan
series, man.
have completely
What a
rolled over
series.
South Africa. Like the semi-final that in the T20 World Cup, right, all that they just completely gave it back with interest. I mean, the first game, okay, it was over before in the first 10 overs itself because they were like 6 down for 37 or something, South Africa. So there was a no contest to start with. But this one, like Gurbaz was playing. In fact, this entire series, Gurbaz has been playing at a completely different. Like even the third game, they were bundled out for 169. But Gurbaz is like, sir, I'm on 89. He has made 89 in a total of 169. So
No.
What happened in the third game?
I think they're done. They made 169 and these guys were 125 for 3 when I switched off the team.
No, they won. I mean, Afghanistan.
Yeah, they
so
made
Would they didn't ring.
South Africa would have won.
In the third game.
Afghanistan
no.
were 169 all out. What?
no,
Ah.
I think
What?
Yeah. South Africa won by 7 wickets.
Please.
With
Hey,
100.
are you guys debating who has won? Huh? What the fuck? One fellow is saying Afghanistan is like
No,
no,
sorry,
other guy
sorry.
is saying South Africa.
my
No.
bad.
No, but we have to do this, right? Because our listeners are wondering how the hell are these fellows debating whether Ashwin is a good player or not. We will debate even more obviously.
Guys, but seriously, right?
Oh, God.
At Sharjah, right? They scored 300, right? And Gurbaz gets a century and all that. South Africa starts off really well. They're like 50 for no loss. Bauma and this guy are doing really well. Even at the 10-over mark, they've just lost 1 wicket. They are like 60 or 70 for 1 wicket, and then like, this is going pretty good. I go into a meeting, and I come out of the meeting. The game is over, and Rashid Khan has taken 5 wickets, guys. I thought he was not going to bowl because he came out to bat. There were 3 wickets down, and he comes out to bat. He's unable to run. He has a bad hamstring. He was turning down singles, trying to hit sixes. And I'm like, okay, Rashid might most probably not bowl because he didn't bowl till like almost the 20th over or something. And then guys like, no, shows up, take 5 wickets, and man of the match on his birthday.
These were ODIs, huh?
Yeah, ODIs. ODIs.
I was like, Rashid didn't bowl till 20th over means when?
He was compartmentalizing himself.
Will he bowl in the Afghanistan innings or something?
Yeah.
If you consider when Afghanistan got their test status to where they are today, and the fact that they are comfortably beating a team like South Africa without it looking like an upset. I mean, it actually doesn't look or feel like an upset when they win. It's pretty amazing when you consider how much longer a team like Bangladesh took, for example. It's
All
quite
credit
impressive.
to BCCI for giving them a great home ground at Noida where they managed to hone their skills.
No, but
Once again, Jesha-
but clarification on that. They were given a choice of 3 grounds, and they picked Noida because it was the closest to them to fly in. So it is not that BCCI said, here, take Noida and screw off. They gave them a choice of 3 grounds.
Let
So
us
the
be
other
clear
no wait,
that-
wait. So the
Other two were in Noida only, no?
Noida. The other 2 were Somasundaram ground and Gopalapuram ground. Okay. Yeah.
Don't insult my home ground. See, this proximity argument and all doesn't make sense, right? Like you said, if you move your head 10 degrees, like PDP is sitting on this panel. PDP is a resident of Chennai, fellow resident of Chennai, right? Who just had a test match, as you pointed out, get played out in his backyard at Chepak, which he did not go for. Next week, he is taking international flight and going to Sri Lanka to watch Sri Lanka play New Zealand in the second test match. So this whole proximity argument doesn't apply to Afghanistan, just like it doesn't apply to PDP either. But, yes, bits and pieces will be at Gaul next week. So myself, PDP, and brother Tariq, who is using his amazing powers, getting us free tickets to this wonderful test match, means that we will be watching from the Rampart Fort walls at Gaul, with hopefully with some rum in our hands. So yeah, do watch out for us on television.
Afghanistan is like the second best team in Asia by far. Like there is no, if you look at the others, it's not even there. Like from where
Sri
they
Lanka
were,
literally winning 2 test matches back to back against top teams. Literally, right now.
Hey, Bangladesh just
England.
beat Pakistan, no? What is there, da?
Wait, who is number 1? I hope. I think Bangladesh
Yeah.
is number 1. India is not even counting. Just like Ashwin, he doesn't keep track of all these, defeats against minnows, victories against minnows. No, don't count. Yeah.
speaking of minnows, England got thrashed by Australia. Australia bowled spin for the last 20 overs of the game. Last 20
Could you
overs of the
explain
game.
what happened there? This was the first ODI where this happened.
Yeah, under the great captaincy of Mitchell Marsh. Matthew shot.
Why did they both spin?
Right, because their
Marnus.
paces were absolute trash. Right, they were getting hit. Sean Abbott, Dwarcius, and all those guys were getting hit. And so then he's like, okay, Travis Head, Labuschagne, Matthew Short, and Zampa. They bowled the last 20 overs. And they took wickets also. And they restricted them to 300. And that is when these guys finished it in 45 overs, 44 overs. Yeah.
Everybody has forgotten how to play one-day cricket, guys. See, Rashid Khan forgets to bowl only. 20 overs go and then he's like, oh, now at least I have to bowl. These guys are like, oh, we don't know what to do. After 20 overs, we can play. After that, we don't know. So now our part-timers can bowl. And in one game, I think England were like 270 all out after batting 43 overs. Like, it's the most unusual score. Right? If you're all out at 43 overs, you should be like some respectable 170 all out or something. Right? Then at least how are you 270 all out in 43 overs? Not making any sense. Like what you went bang, 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 bang. Oh, it's over. Oh, there are 50 overs in this. Shit. We lost too many wickets. Oh, damn, innings is over. Yeah. Why are they still playing one days, guys? Like, well, there is no World Cup in the near vicinity. It's
Champions Trophy, dude.
That we don't even know if it is
Pakistan is building new stadiums. They are building 2 new stadiums, which is why they are putting test matches in Rawalpindi again and again. England is going to play in Rawalpindi and Multan because Lahore and Karachi are getting renovated. Come on, guys.
This is one new funda, new fad, this cost cutting in Test cricket, where the entire series of Test matches will be held in one venue. First, you had Rawalpindi hosting Bangladesh, 2 Test matches back to back, and now we have Gaul hosting New Zealand for 2 Test matches back to back.
Test cricket has become like sports day in my school. They'll do everything in one place on one day, finish it off, book one venue.
But in Noida, that also they did not do.
No, I think the Sri Lanka situation was because of the elections, no? They had
Bandobast nahi milega.
Bandobast situation in Colombo and so couldn't host a test there. So yeah, both tests at Gaul.
Also, I was the first test match in many years with a rest day, which was yesterday. Yeah, so we are recording on Sunday night, end of official day 4, but actually day 5 because there was a rest day in between. With Sri Lanka on the verge of victory, but New Zealand still have Rachin Ravindra, whose name has an interesting story behind it.
Yes, he's going to end up on 136, and they're going to lose by a hairbreadth.
Oh, lovely.
Mayra Chinna Mayr, that is hairbreadth. Chops, nice. You were saying.
No, I was saying Ajaz Patel, who is like their Asia specialist. I was just seeing the scorecard has picked up a 6 for. Yeah, may have been the best performance by a spinner this week actually in Asia.
may have.
What is going on with Shakib's bowling, man? I mean, he was...
No. First tell me what is going on with Shakib's batting. Is he wearing random things through his mouth? It's like watching a bullocart batting, no?
He's trying to compartmentalize the upper jaw from the lower jaw. That's what he's trying to do.
I think
why was he biting his strap? It seemed like he was biting his strap throughout.
No. So
it's not even a strap; it's a separate thread.
It's a separate thing. Apparently, the explanation that has been put out, not that it makes any sense, was that apparently his head was falling over, and therefore this device somehow helps him keep his head balanced. But authorities in the Bangladesh Cricket Board feel that his head is falling over because it is
too old now.
Too heavy. Yeah.
Too old, too heavy.
When you say authorities in Bangladesh, is that a pet name for Atar Ali Khan?
So Shakib Al Hasan, after being bamboozled by Yuzvendra Chahal, now has to resort to using all these extra third-party things to get his head in the game. My God.
No, there's a lot of controversy around his bowling. He obviously bowled terribly in this test, and I think for Surrey he bowled 60 plus overs in that single 4-day game that he played after the Bangladesh-Pakistan series, and it was Murli Karthik who reported on commentary that he was actually carrying an injury on his spinning finger, and then Tamim obviously latched onto that and said that effectively they are playing a bowler shot. Uh, and then there was some official clarification from the Bangladesh team doctor or physio or someone that he's not carrying an injury, or at least we don't know. So it's last series probably for him, unless he does something major stuff, something major in Kanpur, because I think he's already the oldest for Bangladesh Test cricket in some time. So yeah, I think the last embers of a great cricketer for Bangladesh can't don't
If it is
seem
a swan song,
lasting
what a
longer.
swan song. No, if it is his swan song, what a swan song.
Why so? Not a very good swan song, no.
These are the words Ashwin just said.
Oh.
When
He said
Ashwin
this
was asked
about
So
about,
he said if this is his last ever match in Chennai, what a last ever
yeah,
match. Like that, is it?
Oh, like that.
yeah.
So like this, he said after the Indian game also. I mean, after the England game also, he said this. But keeps coming back like Indian Tata. It's Indian one, Indian two.
No, but Chops has nicely written off Shakib al Hassan. For the record, let it be known, roughly 1.5 years back on this very podcast,
Ollie
we predicted
Robinson!
but yes, also Ollie Robinson, who Chops had pointed out is going to be England's savior. Who now is not even the best Ollie Robinson in England. So he is now quietly started supporting the other Ollie Robinson. Hey, I was always talking about the other guy. Guys, quick comments on the other 10 cricketers who played for India in this test match. Any thoughts on Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant, who's made a fantastic comeback? Somebody pointed out that if you remember Rishabh Pant on debut, right? I think his second ball in test cricket, he jumps out at the Oval, was it?
Yeah,
Somewhere
it's
in
a
England.
for
Oval,
six.
oval.
Yeah, it's a
And
for
hits
six.
Adil Rashid for 6.
Yeah.
So his first 6 in this match was exactly the same shot. Straight down the ground, but a slightly risky kind of drive. It was exactly the same shot. And this match, of course, is being spoken of as the second coming of Rishabh Pant, though he has played for India, but not in Test cricket after his big accident. What do you guys make of Pant's batting? I thought even in the first innings,
Yeah.
it was a slightly chancy innings. There were 1 or 2 chances, and then he didn't get a big one. But second innings was just absolute, I don't know, symphony of sorts.
It was
Yeah.
lovely to watch. Absolutely lovely to watch. And I think the way he took on the spinners, particularly, he's not afraid to step out, whether hitting with or against the spin, was lovely to watch.
So he hit a
Yeah, I
one-hander
think
over
it's
long off on Mehdi Hassan Miraz.
yeah.
Guys, something
Super.
else.
Yeah, I think for long, everyone's thought that Test cricket is his best format, and I think in the World Cup, although he played throughout the T20 World Cup, I don't think we saw him at his best with the bat. But this Test match, even the 30 odd in the first innings, he seemed like getting back into his own, and the second innings was fantastic. I think it was an important partnership for India, and he and Gill were uh, absolutely superb. Even Gill, I think the way he hit those fours in the first innings and then those sixes in the second innings, beautiful to watch. So
Hey,
yeah, good
Gill hit
tidings.
fours in the first innings.
Gil got mutted in the first
Yeah,
innings.
what was saying that?
Chops, at least read the scorecard. What is this?
Oh no, I mean on the first day of his second innings, I think
You
couple of
compartmentalize the 2 innings. You
compartmentalize the 2 days across which his innings was played. But yeah,
Even I
superb
wish
batting.
that. No, but what is this with Gill, man? Like, he'll not score hard runs, is it? Only easy runs. That's the problem. Is he like the new David Warner?
This is like proper D-stand Uncle Ra. Really, Nitin. Like,
No, it's been a while, man. It's been a while.
No,
Okay,
wait. He and Jurel had that.
There was that 150 where he played without any boundary. That was a great innings. But
That
other than
was,
that, if
in
you
fact,
see,
that
I
was
think
his
he also
turnaround inning,
scored.
right?
No. He already
No,
had
no.
100 before that. And I think he got
Vishakhapatnam.
one more. Yeah, I think he had 200s in that series, other than this 50. And he was on shaky ground until then. But both those hundreds were sort of okay. Now England are already. Anderson is on one leg, bowling like 3 overs a day. At that stage, he'll come and get 100. Very similar to this one. Like, the moment he comes out to bat in this situation, you know that he's going to rack it up big, right? When the chips are down. I think on the group I only predicted when he kill 100% 100 this innings. And he got it. I think it's time he scored, like when chips are down, kind of knock also, no?
On that subject, I was actually quite impressed with the Yashasvi in the first innings because
Yeah, that was a good innings.
yeah,
Monster
really,
knock. Too good.
Monster.
this
He only got right.
yeah.
What?
He got some 50, no?
Not Ashwin, Yashasvi.
Yashasvi.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that like this was the kind of innings that you were expecting Gill to play or whatever. So
Correct.
Superb.
amazing,
Yeah.
amazing batting.
And that guy was really impressive, man. Hassan Mahmood. I loved. I didn't see the
Bangladesh
Pakistan.
tests.
Yeah, the Pakistan series, but got to see him here, and he bowled really well. Conditions were helpful, and it's quite hostile.
He's good, but Nahid is really good.
Yeah.
Naid is good. Very good.
So I mean, the sad thing is, 20 years down the road, there'll be one character like Vamu who will look at the scorecard which says that Ashwin got 100, and he'll be like, "Who were the bowlers?" I'm so glad that this podcast episode exists to say that he played some really good quality fast bowling in the first innings and got a really good 100.
Yeah, no, that's
Speaking of Vamo, what about his first choice gloveman, who should have actually, Pant shouldn't have been playing, right? KL Rahul should be India's first choice gloveman in Test. So it hasn't gone well for KL Rahul actually this Test match.
See, I don't remember. I
understand
don't remember Vamu saying this, but knowing Vamu, he must have said this at some point.
I feel sympathy for KL Rahul because people don't remember that, typically the last time he played for India in Test cricket, he scored some very good runs, very important runs. I think there was a century in South Africa and he scored 80 in that first Test that India lost against England, right? After which he got injured and he has not played since then. Now, once he recovers from injury and comes back, people don't remember that, 1 year back he scored heavily. They're like, oh, once again, there is a big question mark on Rahul's place. I'm like, hey, I didn't play at all. What question mark are you guys talking about? The funny thing is, the last time also this only happened. He had already been injured. Before that, I think he did so well in the World Cup. Yeah, he did well for India in the one-day World Cup. Then he got injured. When he came back, people are like, oh, KL Rahul is again has to answer.
No, Nitu.
I'm like, what answer? I just scored, Radi.
No, Nitu, the tragedy is this, okay? KL Rahul does well for India in the World Cup, ODI. After the World Cup is over, people are saying, why are we even playing ODIs anymore? Like, let's shut down that format only.
I think the litmus test for a format is whether KL Rahul is good at it.
Yeah.
If he is, then that format doesn't deserve to exist. Hey, Rashid Khan, why are you not bowling? It's 20 overs. Hey, KL Rahul also does well in one-day cricket. Why should I bowl?
No, but
Come,
even with
Mitchell Marsh. Come, Travis, and you bowl 40th over. KL Rahul and all is scoring.
even in the second innings when India declared, I think he scored 20 odd. Some of the shots that he played through the offside were quite delightful. And as soon as he started getting into form and like piling on, they're like, "Oh, KL Rahul doing well. Come back.
Yeah, so I don't know. Poor guy, question mark is always there. And now it's not looking good because Pant is being made to bat ahead of him. Yeah, anyway, this middle order thing is a new experiment for KL Rahul. Maybe he'll do well. Who knows? But give him some chance to do well. People are always like KL Rahul. Mansrekar came out. I thought they were extremely critical of that innings in the first innings just because he didn't score. Indian commentators, fans, everyone are taking everything for granted now. The moment one person fails one time, that's it, over. They're like, what is he? Such a pointless innings. Absolutely no intent. Hey, test match, Rajas. Because your Ashwin is scoring like Bradman, suddenly you expect everyone to do well. I thought Rahul copped a lot of criticism needlessly.
Rahul is getting needless criticism. One guy will escort the ball to the boundary, it becomes a problem. One guy will talk of something about compartmentalization and being too disciplined, it's a problem. What is it?
Is it just me or his voice is really bad?
No.
Yeah, Max, your voice is suddenly sounding like radio.
Hey, you talk about some other cricketer, maybe it'll be better.
We are not making this up, by the way, just because you're saying good stuff about Ashwin. Now
You
it's
cannot
better.
say with Rahul and all the criticism is uncalled for, and with Ashwin, apparently the criticism is called for. Huh?
Nobody's
Suddenly,
criticizing
bad
Ashwin.
sound.
fielding fielding becomes in question. His
No,
opinions
Max,
become a question. All that is
Max,
measured criticism. Anything about Rahul? Hey,
Max.
he scored, man. He scored century, man. Hey, in South Africa, he
See.
scored, man. All these things will come out.
No, but
You have
Max,
to
once again.
compartmentalize. You have to compartmentalize criticism also, right? If you are criticizing normal cricketers, that's a conscious process. When we are criticizing Ashwin, it is a subconscious process. Okay, we are
No,
not
no,
able to compartment.
and also I don't know if you caught it, but Nitu literally compared Ashwin with Bradman. Okay, he said that he is batting like Bradman.
What is this victim mentality,
I
man?
told you,
I
Nitu
actually
is like this. That's why I told Nitu is go guys, go watch Karan Arjun, guys, today. Please go watch Karan Arjun. Nitu is a character. One day he will come to Raki and tell, तुम्हारे बेटों के साथ जो हुआ अच्छा नहीं हुआ. One day he'll go to Amrish Puri and he'll tell, हाँ उन लोगों को मारो. पक्का मुंशी only this guy is. At least those two guys are staying true to character.
If I ever go to Amrish Puri, the first thing I'll say is, "Hi, aren't you Om Puri?" Always confuse the two of them. No,
No,
man.
but I think that the comparison is very apt. The comparison is very apt because he compared a highly competent cricketer who is considered insufferable by his teammates with another highly competent cricketer who is considered insufferable by his teammates.
Too good.
And also racked up a lot of stats. And there you go. But then he doesn't care about all these stats and all.
Yeah. Who's counting MOMs?
We have to talk about Rohit and Kohli, guys. Like,
Yeah,
what's
of course.
going on there? What's happening there?
Who are the
Kohli, man.
bowlers?
Firstly, Kohli. When was the last time Kohli scored any runs? Anyone remember? World Cup final, please don't say that doesn't count. That's fraud innings.
Hey, what? He overtook Sachin, bowed to Sachin, blew kiss to his wife, everything you forgot, huh?
Where-
World
World-
Cup.
World
ODI
World Cup
World Cup.
semi-final, huh?
Hey, I'm talking about T20 ODI semi-final. Adigala match. Hey, at least stick to this calendar year.
Format itself cancelled.
At least stick to this calendar year. He played in Sri Lanka, no? Where that India somehow lost all their matches. Did he score any runs there? No.
No.
Did he score in Deodar Trophy? No, he went away to World Tour. Like Ajit Kumar Wali may update only World Tour. T20 World Cup, he was really bad. And then he played that innings in the finals. India won the finals, so let's not talk about it. Let's give it the benefit of doubt. But what's happening, man, with Kohli? Like, gone, huh? That's it, over. Huh? For 2 years, I've been saying, no, there will be one resurgence, there will be more runs. Nothing is coming now. I think that's all. Avladam pole irukku.
Guys, century in Melbourne. Century in Melbourne, don't worry.
Yeah, actually, I agree with Max. I think he will get runs in Australia. I think Gill will also get runs in Australia and get good runs in Australia.
Okay. What happened in this match, Rattel?
No, so
Flirting outside off stop.
no, so
Getting out
see,
to spinner, not taking review also. What is this?
yeah. No, so second innings actually didn't look too good. I mean, he never got going. It didn't look fluent at all at any stage of the second innings. First innings, fine. Ball is doing a bit. It's moving around. You need Bradman to come at number 7, number 8 and score 100.
Oh, so this was
Reversal of body order.
that is why Jadeja batted ahead of Ashwin. Now we know. Tail end. All right, that is the end of episode 140 of Bits and Pieces, where we spent roughly 1 hour and 10 minutes talking about one cricketer who also spent 1 hour, 10 minutes and actually a lot more time than that, mostly talking about himself. Until episode 141, which will hopefully again be, celebrating a great on-field and off-field performance by Ravichandran Ashwin. Please compartmentalize your lives and be ready. Enjoy cricket as it transpires around you, and see you again in episode 141. Please like, share, subscribe, and let your friends know about the Bits and Pieces podcast. This is Nitin, Max, PDP, and Chops saying bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.